And welcome everyone to lesson 7.1. Today we are going to be looking at systems of equations, something new. A system of equations is basically just two or more equations in which there is one or many solutions. Two or more equations. To you guys, it basically just looks like, oh my gosh, we have, so this right here, let me highlight, is what's known as a system of equations. Two equations at once, okay? Don't let it scare you. Today we're going to be determining what the solution of an equation is. And a solution is where both points are true. So determine which of the following points is a solution. That means it is true for both equations. Okay, the general steps are really just plug in x and y, and evaluate and check. It's really kind of straightforward. Anyway, so what is being represented here by these points, so we have to find which one, A, B, C, or D, that works, are two things. So we have the point x, and we also have y, that we need to plug in. Trying a new software here, so different colors and so forth. So basically, we are going to plug x in for x and y in for y and go from there. So for this first equation, I'll label this as equation number 1. We're going to try point A out. And basically what that means is where y is, we put -1. So is -1 equal to 1/2 times 3 is our x minus 3? And we want to know, is that true? Well, is -1 equal to 3/2 minus 3? And if you do 3/2 minus 3, you're definitely going to get a fraction of sorts. And -1 is equal to -1.5. That is not true. So as soon as one of them does not work, we know A is not an option. Let's actually look at C. Let's kind of jump ahead and just try and guess out C here. So once again, our x value is the first one, the y value is the second part. So when we plug into that first equation, -1 is equal to 1/2 times 4, and I believe it is minus 3. Well, -1 is equal to 2 minus 3, which, hey, -1 equals -1. So you're good so far. But you also need to make sure it works for equation number 2. So it works for one of them, but let's also check that it works for equation 2. So once again, -1 is equal to -1/2, and x is going to be 4, and plus 1, well, is -1 equal to, this time, -2 plus 1, and -1 equals -1. That one also works. Bada bing, bada boom. Hey, we found that C is the solution that works. It's only going to be one of them in this case, so that one is the solution. So you have to check both of them. It may just work for one equation, but it has to work for both. So check both. If it doesn't work for any, then you can just cross out that option. Okay, let's just try out another example here. So number 2, this time you have x and y in the same place, but basically just remember, you are substituting x in for x and y in for y. Okay, so let's try out letter A. Why not? So 1 minus -3. I'm going to put that in parentheses. That could be a little thing to be careful of. Equals -4. And we also are, so let's actually see, 1 minus -3. Well, that is 1 plus 3. Is that equal to -4? No. So automatically, not letter A. Feeling lucky maybe with letter B. Let's try out B. -1 minus 3 equals -4. So x is -1, y is 3. -4 equals -4. That one works. Try out equation 2. So that was equation number 1. 6 times -1 plus 3. Is that equal to 3? Well, -6 plus 3 is equal to 3. That one works too. Looks like B is our solution. Okay, so again, try them in both equations. Make sure it works. We're going to see some other ways to solve these in the future, but just plugging away and checking for today. Please try out those practice problems below, and good stuff, guys.